Welcome back to another episode of Horrible Wi-Fi Fighters. That is HWFFF. The extra F is for extra fun. And today we're going to be talking about a particular number. And you're probably thinking, well, it can't be that bad, you know. Well, it kind of is. There's a particular number that I have kind of, I don't want to say adopted over the years. That had no reg. Oh, lag. But this number is the number 15. And you're probably like, why is that? Wow, it's laggy. Probably like, why is that such a big deal? Well, let's go back a couple years. So, over the course of years, over the course of the past couple years, when I was 11 years old, my dad first got, he got Vegas Pro, and that was due to there was a very specific reason why he was able to get it. Basically, people were just mean to him. They felt bad, during an interview, and then they were kind of mean, and a guy felt bad. They gave him a free copy, which they owned. So naturally, I got to use it and figure out how to do video editing and started understanding how it worked. And then along the lines, I figured something out. One sec. This guy, I'm getting yanged on. Okay. There we go. Get him. Beat him up. There was no... Hey. There we go. So, where was I? Australia? Yeah. So, by doing video editing, I understood that you can manipulate, footage and stuff like that. And so I started getting into like the video world and like how all that works, and started doing things here and there. And then it got to the point where, I was kind of critiquing things, like you want to do better. You start seeing, did I grab that speed potion? Oh, that's sad. So, when you critique a video or anything in general, it's like, there are some people who are critics that just say what they do and don't like, and that's just it. But then there's like the other side where they're analyzing it. That's more or less kind of how I see it. So, speed up to where I started working, okay, in the real world. I got a job. I started working in this this distribution center, and every break there was this screen. There's a bunch of TVs. They're everywhere, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking up, and of course they play ads. And what is the ad that they're playing all the time? Well, for some reason, it's Geico. The 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. I'm not sponsored, by the way. Wish I was. And these guys are really duking it out. Are you seeing that? All the arrows are just flying. Die. Legend. Smith. I'm dead. Nope. Not today. Got him. So, of course, I have strength, my guy. Wow. So I started noticing a trend. I started noticing that a lot of ads, they're typically very bright. They're not cinematic as you would think in like a movie or anything like that. They're not, there's nothing super special about them. They're just very straightforward and very simple. If you go on any car insurance, any type of ad, and you're just going to notice that a lot of them, typically, much of the time, they're going to be very... Ooh. Come on. They're going to be simple. They're going to be very straightforward. So, over the course of years, I'm noticing that this trend just keeps on going. But eventually I noticed that there was another trend that was constantly happening with this particular thing. Die. They kept on using the same format. If you look at all of their videos, all of their ads, you'll notice that they kind of fit this structure. And maybe that's intentional. Maybe that is. I don't know. And it usually goes something like this. Let's use this for an example. Someone's getting stabbed in the back. That's not cool. But you know what's cool? Geico. Getting 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. You see that? Was that relevant in any way, shape, or form? I said GG right away. No, it was not. It wasn't really relevant. It was just Just straightforward, very simple. So as years went on and as I kept watching these over and over again, I started kind of making fun of it and was like, "That's awesome! You know what else is awesome? You know this is you get 50% or more." And then I go to the theater with some friends, with my family, and we're watching a movie, and I don't even know what movie it is. And then there's like, I think there was some sort of car ad. I can't remember though. And they turn to me and they go, "Geico, 50 minutes." And I was like, "Yup." Oh man, he's lit. Get him, beat him up. Just shoot in the same spot. They'll eventually. Yeah, there we go. Fun fact: if you shoot in the same spot over and over again, they will run into it. Just try it out yourself. Okay. The horrible stamp of approval. So now here we are. Now this is like years later, and I talk with people. As at work, I talk with people. No way. The funny thing was, it just became this trend. It was more of like a mockery, or like just kind of making fun of this format of an ad. Let's get him. Why is he hitting me with a knockback rod? So with all the information, there will be times where I will be, with my family, or I'll be at work, and somebody will say something, and they'll be like, "Oh man, that's awesome," and my gut reaction is to be like, "You know what else is awesome?" And they're like, "What?" Just straight face, be like, "What?" Like, I could possibly not know what you're going, like, I think half the time they don't even expect it. I think most of them don't even expect it. And I say, "Geico, with 15 minutes," and then they just smile, and they're just like, "Oh my goodness, dude, like, bruh, why you're like that?" It's a little bit funny. So I go to college, right? And I'm still in this. I'm gonna steal these kills here. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna. I think this guy has strength. Oh. Ooh, that was close. So I'm at college, and whenever they say anything, I will without skipping a beat, like, "Geico, with 15 minutes." The funny thing I learned was, if you keep doing that over and over and over again, people will start associating that line with you and not with the actual company. So now whenever someone says something, they're like, "Oh man, it's him. It's him." I kept doing this for years, and I got my sister and a coworker to get Geico because of me. And you're like, "Oh wow, so high and mighty." Okay, well, just if you're saying it for years on end, somebody's going to do it. So they're like, "Yeah," I was even told. They're like, "Yeah, I got Geico, and you know what? I thought of you." It's like, thanks. Thank you for that. So my family, whenever I'm over there, like my mom or something like that, won't really expect anything. And I'll just say that line, and they just kind of roll their eyes and just laugh a little bit. At work, whenever somebody like says that, like, we could probably do this in 15 minutes. I'm like glancing over at coworkers, and they're looking at me like, "Is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it?" I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm being rickrolled by my own rickroll, and somebody else says it to me, and they're like, "But you know what else could do that?" And I'm like, "Oh, what?" And they're like, "Geico, you could save 50%. It's like, it's hilarious. So people thought at the college I went to, my other brothers, they're going there too, and like, "Man, you have siblings?" "Yes, I do." And they thought it was over. They thought the Geico spiel was done, because at this point I'm gone. But nope, it was not. And they still say it over there, and so it has just infected college. It has infected friends. It's infected families. It's affected my work. People say the line now, all because like you're just consistent in just saying it's hilarious. Like, you can do that with anything, and it reminds me of just like the idea of branding. If you are consistent, like a brand, what do they think when that particular product or line of whatever it is, I don't know, whatever that's just mentioned, like what do they think of? What's their innate reaction? And it's kind of similar to that in a sense. But it's quite funny. It's quite funny. It's something that I wanted to share with you guys, and try it out. It's kind of funny. That was random. So yeah, that's basically how I did it. I infected people. It wasn't through anything. It was just through that one number, 15. What's funny though is sometimes I'll miss it, you know? I'll be thinking really hard about something and I'm like trying to figure out a problem and I'm like, yeah, it's like the percentage of it is just like it's 15. It's 15%. And I'm dead honest and I am whatever it is at work I'm thinking about and my coworker's like looking at me and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Dude, you could have I thought you were going to say the line." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I realized I missed an opportunity to say that, and they kind of laughed at it. I thought it was kind of funny too. That was a funny kill right there. Get the armor. I think what's funny about this entire thing is that people sometimes may ask me, I mean, not the funniest thing. It's like, do you have Geico? It's like, yes, I actually do have Geico insurance. But the funny thing is that I asked them if I could get a discount because I have been, you know, I've been doing this. Whoa. I've been at this for years. And I asked them, I'm like, can I get a discount for advertising you for so many years? And the guy's like, no. It's like, you serious? Like, I tell you, if I'm not like some sort of spokesperson for Geico at some point in life, that'll just be sad. If I'm not hired or at least associated with them at some point, like Geico, come on. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for hearing a somewhat of a funny story. I hope you have a great day. Bye.